Can't believe it took about 8 rewatches to realize the blunder in Michael's announcement. My most favorite part of this episode is Angela demanding vegetarian food, and when someone tells her everything is vegetarian she doesn't want to eat anymore, lol. Lovey this episode. When Kelly's parents are talking to Ryan about his financial plans and he says he's saving up for an Xbox, you can feel the immigrant parent shame through the screen. An amazing moment in this episode is when Kelly's parents go, "She's very fair," which is such an Indian thing to say as we are obsessed with lighter skin tones. Michael saying yes she is very just and fair makes me lol every time. Bryan Cranston has turned down a role in Invincible multiple times. He's mad they keep offering him bald characters. He got paid Kung Fu Panda money. I don't know if Invincible money is worth as much. I cried at seeing this. If it makes you feel any better, that's not how it would go. Remember that Harry saw himself standing with his whole family, not just them standing by themselves. George's deepest desire wouldn't be for Fred to live and himself to die, it would be for them both to be alive together, so he would see them both in the mirror. I'm not sure why that would make you feel any better, actually, but anyway. I read somewhere that George can't conjure a patroness anymore because all his happy memories are of Fred, and I died a little that day. What do you think about that time Luke and his cousin Mark Hamill showed up on The Muppets? I have this on DVD. The case is signed by Mark Hamill, Anthony Daniels, Kenny Baker, and Peter Mayhew, done over the course of several different conventions. I miss the wholesome days when a full-grown man could point a pistol at a puppet's head on TV and everyone would smile. Michael B. Jordan says Marvel will get its success back, but he tells the studio, "I want to see a Blade movie." Bro, just not trying to burn any bridges lol. Deadpool and Wolverine just made 1.3 bil. The constant back and forth between MCU dead and MCU back on the internet is exhausting. I am literally at the dinner party RN. Well, you have plenty of time to watch TV on theater $200 plasma screen TV. You could literally just stand there and watch TV for hours. You can start an impromptu game of charades. Or give me your number and I'll call you telling you your apartment flooded. You know, in Spain they don't even start eating until midnight. What is the worst plot twist you've ever seen in a movie? Resident Evil, the final chapter, everyone is a clone. Everyone. The girl from Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom being a clone. My friend called it halfway through the movie and I said nah. She's probably Dr. Hammond's great-granddaughter. Lo and behold, she was a clone and she decided to set the dinosaurs free because they're just like me. I rolled my eyes. You have his power. You're his granddaughter. You are a Palpatine. Hancock. Drunk irresponsible Superman tries to get his shit together. Cool, interesting premise. It works. Then WTF, he's an ancient immortal and his friend's wife is surprise also an ancient immortal and his soulmate, except they didn't remember this, and when they are physically near each other they lose their powers except for all the times he was near her when she was just his friend's wife. If you look away at the right moment you will think someone changed the channel on you. Is it ever explained why Molly is standing alongside the house heads and Hogwarts teachers? I like to think she's head of the PTA. She birthed like half the students. She is in the order, so maybe that's why. Because she's played by Julie Walters. I can't imagine Hogwarts having a PTA, there's no way half the stuff that goes on there would fly if they did grinning face with sweat. Squid Game actor Park Sung-hoon had concerns about playing a trans woman but felt relief after fan messages. Good on him for having the range to be this empathetic badass character here, and then in every other show I've seen of him, an absolute scumbag and villain. I'm actually mind blown how much love I've seen for the character, and how little hate. Very refreshing. I gotta say, amazingly, none of my boomer family seemed to give a shit, they just thought she was an awesome character. Squid Game might legitimately be making a dent here. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has sold 2 million units in less than 2 weeks. That's a lot of twos. For reference, it took KCD1 a year to sell 2 million units. Congratulations to Warhorsians, love to see their long and hard work rewarded. And the budget is rumored to have been reasonable. A rarity in the age of 200 million-300 million being spent on games, many of which aren't even that good. Love seeing a studio that actually gives a shit about the product they put out get rewarded like this. Good on ya fellas. Keep it up. Disney officially abandons its Star Wars Land timeline strategy. They abandoned it years ago when they started bringing in characters from The Mandalorian. It's effectively two eras now, ST and New Republic, which this Luke is from. This will be solidified even more with the update to Smuggler's Run next year. What is Star Wars Land timeline strategy? Reporter Jordan Newell on Bluesky. Paul Levesque, aka Triple H, is seated right behind Linda McMahon at her confirmation hearing for Secretary of Education. He's probably wondering when it's his time on the microphone. Why does Linda get to be the Secretary of Education when the entire Department of Education is being dismantled? In his usual spot. Gorilla. Pam is always gorgeous, but in Casino Night she is especially stunning. I would never say this to her face, but I think she is always gorgeous as well. They did a good job of making her plain. Every time I see Jenna Fisher all dolled up, such as this example, I think of the line Ryan said she could look good if she tried. She sure can. Other examples in The Office are Cafe Disco and her wedding. What was the Jedi plan at Geonosis? Honestly, it kind of feels like their plan was just, we have a ton of Jedi show up all at once and I'm sure everything will sort itself out from there. Storm the stage, rescue the prisoners, seize the Separatist leadership. Everyone gives up, Clone Wars over in like 20 minutes. It's a great plan so long as it goes absolutely flawlessly, none of the Separatist leadership escapes and no one decides to use the giant army of killer robots regardless of the risk to the Jedi's hostages. Like and subscribe.